swimming pool. That's, I don't know if you know this or not, but that's a baptistry in there, that wooden box. Nothing wrong with that, that's cool. I'm old school. I feel like I need to be in the water with you. If I'm baptizing you, we should both have to get wet. And I want to hold you down good. I mean, when the bubbles stop coming up, and I'm sure you know you did what you were supposed to do, then we'll let you up. A funny story, and then I'll shut up and we'll get out of here. When we went up to Dalton, I haven't done anything musically with you guys, but every group I've ever been in, we've had praise bands, and it's kind of become a big part of what we did. This hasn't worked out here, the dynamic hasn't been right for it, but when I went to Dalton, we had this huge family life center, we had this big deal, and the pastor's son played keyboard, and I played a little bit of guitar, and one of the guys in the group played some drums. That's what he told me. He played the snare drum in the marching band. Snare drum and a 5-piece drum set, not the same thing. So basically we had a little drummer boy over there right tapping on the snare part of the drum set. He never could figure out what to do with the toms. But so we started a little beginning of a praise band, and I said, I started praying. I said, God, I could play just rhythm guitar. I'm not leading at all. I said, we need some people in here that know how to play some instruments. We need to really get something going. So I started praying for a lead guitarist, specifically. Well, this was when PCs became a big thing. Everyone started having personal, I know you can't even fathom that they didn't used to exist, but it was becoming a big thing for everyone to have a personal computer. And the church had already bought me one, the top of the line, state of the art, because I was going to be in charge of publicity, so I had to make posters and stuff. And so I had a really nice computer that I didn't even know how to turn it on. I literally did not know where the button was, because it was hidden in the logo of the computer. That was the power. It didn't say on or off. I didn't know. Okay. So anyway, there was a computer company that was somehow or another affiliated. The church knew somebody over there, whatever. I called up this guy, and I said, listen, this is very embarrassing. I need you just to come out and walk me through the basics of this computer. I don't know how to turn it on. I don't know what to do when it comes on. I know how to type, but I don't know how to even make all that happen. He starts laughing and hangs up. He didn't even say goodbye. Just hangs up. Next thing I know, he shows up at my office. And so he was running a little bit late, so I'm upstairs, so he comes running in, says, hey, my name's Dawlon, shakes my hand, and he lays his keys down on my desk. And I look down, and guess what his keychain is? It's a guitar. And I was like, could you hold up. Why you got a guitar on your keys? And he goes, why are you asking me that? I said, well, if you play guitar, I'm assuming you do because you have it on your keys. If you're any good at lead guitar, I've been praying for someone who would play lead guitar in our band, because I play a little bit of guitar, but I just play a little bit of guitar, and I need someone who really knows what they're doing. And he literally, if he's watching this, he'll attest for what I'm about to say. He just dropped down to one knee beside my desk and started crying and bowed his head. I'm like, you're not good? Did I embarrass you? Why are you doing that? He said, I just told God this morning, if you want me to get back in church, someone's going to have to ask me to come back and play guitar. Let me get down there with you, brother. Let's have some time of prayer. He wound up becoming my best friend. We had so many things in common, it wasn't even funny. We had the same birthday. We graduated from high school the same year. We got married same year, same day, same time. Different people. Everything that you could imagine. Me and I, huh?
You didn't marry each other?
No, we didn't marry each other. We ain't that kind of friends. But anyway, we immediately became very good friends. He taught me how to use my computer. He came and got in our band, and our band went cuckoo crazy. His father-in-law was a very wealthy man, and Dawlon had played for some big name bands that you would know the name of, and I'm not going to say because I might say the wrong ones. Just know in the 80s there were some very huge bands, and he played with them. And so we wound up with all this equipment. We were putting on full concerts, and I did a study on baptism. And Dawlon and his wife both said our baptism was on the wrong side of our salvation. And Gaye was about 98 pounds and probably about 5'1".
Who was?
His wife, her name was Gaye. So Dawlon came up in church. He just had some things got off track a little bit, and he was like, I don't want to be baptized in the baptistry, I want to be baptized in moving, living water. And so the Chattanooga River, we're right there. If you know where Dalton is, it's right there at the top of the state. Like, we would shop at Chattanooga, Tennessee was where we went to go shopping. So we were going to baptize them in the river, and it was a little bit, it must have been about this time of year. So they had on like windbreaker suits. You know, river currents are kind of strong. So we get down there, and Dawlon's as big as me, maybe a little bit bigger. So we get in and I baptize Dawlon, and he comes up, and then Gaye comes over there, and I always raise my right hand, and I say, I baptize you in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, buried to your old self, risen to a newness of life. So I said, I baptize you in the name of the Father, Son, buried to you. The current just took that suit, boom, she was gone. And Dawlon just grabbed her little thing, and she was just flapping in the thing. I was like, I about lost my first one at the baptistry. If you have not been baptized, or your baptism is not on the correct side of your salvation, then we need to plan on taking care of that. Mr. Oscar was looking into, someone around here has a pool close by, and we were going to look at the possibility of doing that. I asked about the river, but I think the river's kind of nasty here. So we may do it like at a swimming pool scenario. I feel convicted that I should be down in the water with you.
Brady and Billy have a huge pool.
Yeah.
How far do they live?
Lake Park.
So maybe that's where we'll go.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Really nice.
I think Billy did mention that the other night when I was meeting with him. So, just something to think about. Let me know. All of you should have my phone number. If you don't have my phone number, that means you're not in the group text.